Hey guys, how y'all doing today? I am gonna go somewhere that I haven't been in a while. I'm sure you heard of the place. Space Center Houston, Johnson Space Center. They have an area down here, big park, museum, if you will. It's called Space Center Houston. There's a rocket park. There's Saturn V rocket sitting back there. I will give you some tips. There's some pricing. You can go on their website. It's like $30, and then with everything else came out to like almost $40. But there's this other website. I need to take a screenshot of it and put a link here. I got my ticket for $27 with all the fees and everything in there. Parking is $10. But anyway, let's go check this place out, and I hope you enjoy coming along. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Alright, so as with most things, I recommend if you're going into a tourist attraction to eat before you go in. I passed up McDonald's. I got all this for $7 at Wendy's though. Not bad, not bad. It's the Houston Astros meal. I'm sure it's something called something else wherever you are, but if you can eat this, then we'll go into NASA. Alright guys, so we have landed at NASA. We're about to go in. We're gonna go see what's new. I haven't been here in a long time. I am a NASA fan. I like space just fine. Don't mean I want to go, but I'll look at what they got. So follow me, guys. All right, so we are in. Oh look, they moved the gift shop. It used to be in the back. Oh boy, where do we start? Where do we start? All right, so we want to take a tram tour, but it's not just stand in line. So now when you come in, you go to guest services. It's on your right side when you get here, and reserve a spot. So I'm gonna go do that. I just missed one. Hopefully I get the next one. All right, so it's just me, and they gave me a ticket to get on the next one at 1:30. So I'm gonna wait a few minutes, walk around, and then we'll take a tram tour. And if you like pressed pennies, this is what they got. Pennies are going away, so you may want to start collecting these. Well, I hope they don't go away, but these are neat. I don't get them because I do rarely get them, but I can never find them. I need to get a little notebook or something for that. Okay. Alright, so let's go catch this tram. There's a VR ride you can take. You know, maybe. Look at that line. I should have come yesterday. Alright, so this is an hour tram tour. I'm not going to have this be an hour, but I'll show you the highlights. Okay, we are off. I know there was deer here last time. Let's see if we see any.
It is all part of NASA's commitment
there's
to
a deer
not
out
only
there
the
somewhere.
local community here in Houston, but also to inspiring kids to pursue science.
There's a lot of deer around here.
Over on our right is one of
SpaceX
our
rocket.
space deer.
No space deer.
Yeah.
Oh!
There's a little space deer right here.
Right houses a Saturn V rocket, the rocket used to take our astronauts to the moon in 1969. The Saturn V rockets on display in the entire world. It is Orion. This is where some of the planning, designing, and engineering of the Orion capsule takes place. This building is also where you can find the most exclusive kitchen in the planet, catering specifically to meals that are out of this world. Hot. These liquid nitrogen tanks on your right are used to cool the massive vacuum chambers that simulate the extreme cold of space. This allows scientists to test large equipment before launch and make sure it can withstand extreme cold. But just like here on Earth, the shady spots are way colder than standing in direct sunlight. Analog program.
Crew health program?
Inside Japan, selected volunteers live and work for over a year in a simulated Martian environment where researchers throw all kinds of unexpected challenges and problems their way.
No, thank you.
This is a great volunteers
Another
begin to
space
learn
deer.
the habitat itself. Their habitat is known
he doing?
as Mars Dune Alpha.
He's got to catch that rocket over there.
We'll simulate what we plan to do when we put humans on Mars.
Ride with us. Alright, so last time we went to mission control. I don't know if I have that video. Now we're in some kind of, I don't know. Let's go find out. Alright, so this is some kind of space station mock-up. Really neat. So this is an airlock? What's going on here? Joint airlock. So I guess, I don't know what's going on in here.
We call it the Astronaut Training Facility and the home of the Space Vehicle Mock-Up Facility, but I'll say the giant space toy box isn't too far off. This building houses mock-ups and models of spacecraft, robots, and training simulators. Since 1980, every NASA astronaut has walked the floors of this building in preparation for their next big mission. Their primary objective is updating hardware for our current space station missions, as well as preparing for the next gray cylinders on the far right of the facility under the American flag are full-scale mock-ups of the International Space Station's modules. The modules you see are a mixture of low, medium, and high-fidelity mock-ups, and they are used to train the astronauts that will travel to the ISS in basic procedures and system familiarization. Astronauts, cosmonauts, and supplies to travel to and from the ISS. NASA relied on the Russian Soyuz as the only mode of transportation to and from the ISS after the decommissioning of the Space Shuttle program in 2011. That is until the launch of the SpaceX rocket in 2020. This started NASA's Commercial Crew Program, and NASA's idea behind the Commercial Crew Program was to allow private companies like SpaceX, Boeing, Sierra Nevada, and others.
I think that's Artemis. Not sure. I think that's what they said. That is the Artemis. And that's going to be the crew. If you can see. Alright, so that was a training facility. It's got a bunch of stuff. The Artemis, the Boeing one, which fell apart. And they train for docking in there. Low gravity stuff. Cool stuff in there. So we're gonna see where the rest of this tour goes.
We've got a problem. It has served as the eyes and ears for astronauts for almost 60 years. From monitoring the first American spacewalk to the first moon landing. All of our shuttle missions which helped build the ISS.
Alright, so now we're stopping at Rocket Park. A lot of this stuff was invented after World War II. Werner von Braun putting these together. So this is a one-stage rocket. It's huge. Oh my. Okay. Another rocket. Oh look, on the top it's got like a little bell with maybe more rockets. I don't know what's up there. Let's get a closer look. Oh, here's an engine. Oh my. F1 engine. Ew. There's another little engine. Looks like it goes way up there. Mercury Redstone, putting the first Americans in space. Alan Shepard. Huh. My goodness, this thing has seen better days. I don't know if you can see all the rust or whatever's growing on it. Chipped paint. And then there's a good look at an engine. My goodness. I wonder if this was used. Probably was. Oh, wow. I can fit in there easy. Oh, there's another engine. Huh. And then there's the big one. All right, so we're gonna check out the big one. The Saturn V rocket. I'm gonna go in this building. I think it's really big. I haven't seen it in a while. Let's go. Oh, jeez. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Whoa. This thing is humongous. I mean, dang. Wow, those guys rode this thing. Space cowboy, man. That is crazy. My Lord. These tires are as tall as I am. Wow. So, this engine is much larger than the big one I showed you outside. So these are the ones that got them off the ground. Oh my goodness. This thing's humongous. Okay, so this would get them off the ground. And then it would separate somewhere. Let's go up there. I think I see where it separates. This thing's as big as a football field or more. God, dog. What is this? Is this an access door? Okay. Just keep it moving. Alright. Alright, let's see. We're getting there. Okay, so this must be where it separates. Oh boy. Oh my God. This huge thing. All that, which I don't know how long it is, separate. And then this will take off. My goodness. That'd be scary. Oh Lord. I can't begin to tell you how big this is. Camera can't do justice. I mean, this thing is tall. It's huge. And there's other little, I don't know what these things are on the side, if maybe air or something goes through there, but there's the middle part and there's more fuel in here. So somehow this connected to that, and that came off. I wound up way down there. My goodness. All right. Well, we got this thing in good shape, I'll say. All right. So this is a flight-ready rocket. Okay, so that's stage 2 that we're looking at. Oh my goodness, 260,000 gallons of fuel. Of just hydrogen and oxygen. Oh my Lord. I don't even know what that looks like. Besides, it all fits in this giant gas tank. Okay, so that was there. That was stage 2. I need to go look at stage 1, what those stats are. You know what? It doesn't matter because I can't even wrap my head around it. Besides, to tell you it fits in this big ass thing. Okay, so here's another separation. Somehow this connected to this. And it kept going. This must have been one of the final boosts to get through. Okay. This one held 70,000. Okay, so you can see this is the stage 3. Oh goodness. Doesn't fit on my camera. There's that. It's somehow connected in there. And that connected to that. Oh boy. And this stage connected to that. Wow. this other giant piece. I guess this was a giant, shit, I don't know what all this is. Command and service module. That's what this piece is. Coupled spacecraft that enter the moon orbit. The third stage crashes onto the moon. So that piece would crash into the moon or go into orbit around the sun. My goodness. Nope. Not for me. Oh, well, I guess this must be the actual capsule that they were in that went on the moon. This is, wow, this thing was so tiny. It's so small. It's just attached to this giant stick of dynamite. Oh my Lord. Looks like you got parts at Home Depot and put this thing together compared to the rest of it. My goodness. Okay, so here you got a good look inside. There's all these relays and timers. I don't know.
Fried. It's already fried.
Separate that. I wonder, there must be another rocket in there. And that's the one hooked up to. A tiny little craft. Gosh, this whole thing held gas. A giant explosion. Crazy. And these are the inner workings. My goodness. Bunch of electricians. Look at all those relays up there. My God. I had one of them mess up. Yeah. So the statue of the Apollo astronauts. Wow. Actually, this is a statue of the Apollo 13 astronauts. That was a scary one, right? Lots of things were going wrong. Days of danger and uncertainty. Alright, so we learned something. They built this thing on one of those. That's why it was always wheeled out. I didn't know they assembled it on there. I had some swinging arms and a crew access arm. And then they would move the whole platform out there. Traveled about 3.5 miles an hour. It took a 6-hour trip to get from the warehouse to the launching area. Crazy. Alright, so the new rocket they're building is going to be as tall as this Saturn V rocket. Alright, so we're going to put the little capsule on top like this one, the one I showed you earlier. Such a tiny capsule. Huge rocket to carry it. Goodness. Alright, I'm going to see if I can find out how much gas this first stage carries. Okay, so here we go. To get 3 astronauts to the moon, mind you, this thing could carry 10 school buses. Okay, it needed a lot of fuel. Most of the weight of the rocket was fuel. 3 main stages. And then it would drop it off to decrease the weight. It had to be lifted. And the next stage would fire. And then, yes, the relatively small command module is so tiny. Okay, so kerosene. Oh, we didn't have that in the other stages. So kerosene, 209,000 gallons of kerosene. About 335,000 gallons of liquid oxygen. 138 feet. That's how this first stage is. 33 feet around. Man, it's taller than a freeway overpass. And 5 F1 engines. And if you look those up, I'll tell you how big they are. Because I don't know. And it would only burn for 2.5 minutes. 6,000 miles per hour. Oh boy. Okay, so it would separate by explosive bolts attaching the now empty first stage. Oh, okay. That's what all that is right there. This giant rocket used to just sit out in the yard. NASA didn't always have Johnson Space Center here. Well, it had Johnson Space Center, but it didn't have Space Center in Houston, as we know it today. So this used to just be, you could like walk up to it, pretty much. So they built this around 2000, the structure around it, and then patched it up, made it all shiny and new again. And the Space Center Houston is way different than it used to be when I was a kid. It was a small building, and there would be speakers that come in once in a while, and they'd tell you we're all going to have flying cars by the year 2000, which didn't happen. Got helicopters though. And my cousin told me about a building where they had moon rocks in, so we would walk over there and you could go touch the moon rocks and stuff, go look at them. You couldn't like touch them with your hands. Put your hand in a glove and touch it. Just little one, little tiny moon rock. Anyway, this is a huge rocket here, so let's go back inside or take this tram back where it takes us.
Oh, yeah. So I bought for my 3 daughters.
Capsule on top of that one-stage rocket.
And they went to a Braves game
Capsule.
in Atlanta. And I told them, I said, whatever you do, I want a picture with all
Hopefully
3
we'll
of
have
y'all.
there too.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Okay, off to the side a little bit. Just finished the rocket park and Saturn V. Let's go see the space shuttle. Now this airplane, this is 747. I used to sit right in front of Allington Field, and I had a restaurant on Highway 3 down the street from Allington. And one day they decided they were going to move this 747. This is the one that would take these shuttles up to the edge of space before it would take off. And they drove it down here. Glad they did it, because this is a wonderful mock-up. You can see all the heat shields and everything underneath. And that's the problem that happened, I think, on Columbia. One of those little blocks came off, or a few of them did. Anyway, let's go take a look inside here. There's the edge of the wing. It's an old plane, man. We got this building here. You walk up those stairs and walk inside the space shuttle. Okay, so it was set on there. So I guess those bolts must have blew up, or they came off somehow. Tough little arm to hold that. And then we'll let the space shuttle go. Oh boy, it's warm in here. So here we are inside the plane. And there's pictures of it. And this is the plane that was down the street from me. How it wound up there, I don't know. I don't have that history.
Inspiration, followed by years of sheer hard work.
Well, they used to get it up into space. Well, that's the one that was on the back of the rocket. Alright, so after walking a bazillion steps, we get to the top and the front. Here are the heat shields. Wow. No. Just looking at it, I don't feel good. No way. Alright. We're in the shuttle. I'm assuming it's locked. It is locked. This here is an airlock. So this is when they exit and re-enter the orbiter. Oh, so they'll come in through here. Oh boy!
Oh my god, that little toilet is crazy.
This is a space toilet, as they call it. Oh, nah. No. Okay, so now we're in the cargo area. Oh wow. Gyro stabilized binoculars. The motor cradle. Okay, okay. That's what that is. Put a satellite in here. Last time they didn't have this in here. Here's a picture of the mid-deck. Okay. And I'll show you where she was. Okay, so we're in the cargo bay area. And the picture where she was is in front of one of them lockers. Can't tell you which one. But it would have been something like that. Here it is. For your viewing pleasure, here's the end. It's cool. All right. Crazy. Here's a little game we can play to stabilize the plane. If we add weight to the plane, it's going to go down. Take off some weight. Oh gosh, take off too much weight. It's going to keep going and going and going. So I know I did a little something earlier in the video. It talks about they had to put some kind of metal or something. They had to put extra metal in there to weigh it down, to counterweight space shuttle. Like I added more wind. You can add the wind. I got it on high. Let's remove some weight, see what happens. Oh no! Oh no! I ain't going off to the moon, plane and all. That's pretty neat. Uh-oh. Oh, look, and this is how they would put it on. They have this cherry picker type crane. We've got the shuttle. You can drop it on there. Okay, let's see. I got this button that says it's in position. Can it do anything? Oh, wait, maybe not. Oh, here's what I was talking about. It's when they brought the plane down the street, man. I have pictures somewhere of that when it was going down the street. Because Ellington Field is really close to where our store was. I guess that's how many times it flew or something. I can't get up there. This is incredible, man. Okay, so we were in the Saturn V area, that huge rocket that I showed you. Now, I'm walking up to the SpaceX rocket. It's much smaller, must be more efficient or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get a side view of it. All right, let's go walk up next to it. See how big this one is. There's the back. Oh my goodness. This here's a SpaceX rocket. Boy, it's burned up. I wonder what it was carrying. So this is that's a Falcon 9 rocket. So I guess it's used for other things, like various satellites and stuff. It's a long rocket too. Man, this thing is seeing some things, huh? Let's see what's on the front here. Huh. I guess this is just one giant, huge gas tank. And whatever the payload is must attach onto that, and then I guess like the other thing explained, maybe the bolts explode and release it. Huh. I don't know what was on here, but I do recall a lot of missions were like for satellites and internet things, putting up SpaceLink or something. I will say they've added some stuff, like the Tram Tour was different. Last time we got to go into mission control. I think now it's an add-on. It's like 10 or 15 bucks. And then you have to reserve it. So I didn't have enough time to reserve because it was sold out. But that one's cool because you go into the new mission control and you get to see everything with all the screens and computers. And then they take you, or they did take you into the, I'm sure they still do, to the classic, the original mission control. I mean, it's old. They still have, they kept it original. They got ashtrays and Everything's blue. It's old chairs. It's enclosed in glass, so I think you have to pay extra to get in behind the glass, but it's still really neat to see. I'm gonna go walk inside and see if we can find some more stuff. So this is the access arm. Huh. So this is what they walk across to get into the space shuttle, and it leads them into something called the White Room. Let's walk across where many astronauts have walked before. Oh, dude. And you gotta remember, these guys are hundreds of feet in the air, I guess. I don't know how tall. Neat. I'm walking where astronauts have been. Wow. So this is an original one. Okay, so they come, walk across, and we get in here. Oh, whoa. There was a camera. So they would watch everybody get ready. A little oxygen alarm. So this is 3 hours before, so they would get them ready. What if you had to go to the restroom within those 3 hours? Oh. Okay, so then they would walk through here. This would go to the shuttle. Walk through there, that's connected to the shuttle. Go sit down. Wow. It's a basketball arena. Little wax figure of a man in space. Coming right at us. Alright, so we came in from the outside. There's a lot to see in this place, guys. I don't know if I'll be able to do all this. Alright, so this is Skylab. This was the first space station. The Saturn V rocket, they said, took up Skylab. I guess it's a goner now. I don't know. That looks delicious. I can't wait. This is some of their food. I'm gonna keep some in here. Rye bread. Okay, you know what? My store's so close to NASA. We used to have a lot of the cooks from here go to the restaurant, and they would talk about things. And they told me they sent tortillas a lot, like flour tortillas instead of bread, because there's no crumbs. So that was pretty neat. Dude, cauliflower with cheese on Earth or in space. No, thank you. There's their fettuccine. Wait, there's broccoli au gratin. There's their fettuccine. Man, that's not enough. I'm hungry, man. Keep cauliflower cheese. We're gonna eject that out of the spacecraft. Toy dinosaur? Maybe he went to space. Oh yeah, this dinosaur was flown in space. He seems okay. Shrunk a little bit, but he seems okay. This is a docking target. Dang. I had a target for that? Oh, I hope I can see this. Man, now this is crazy. You have to be able to do stuff with these huge gloves on. That is nuts. It's like me trying to work on a car, do anything around the house with some crazy gloves like oven mitts. There's an ejection seat. Okay, so that was a cruise seat. Shuttle orbiter cruise seat. You think I could have made it more comfortable? Test flight ejection seat. I think I want this one. Well, I don't know if I want to eject in space. It's a model of the space shuttle. There's a big model.
There you go. Thank you. Yes.
What is this? Is this the capsule? This must be a capsule end. There's all kinds of pieces around me. There's a way in here, I'm sure.
So you flew into Charles de Gaulle?
Command Module Trainer. Here's where we are. This is from Skylab. Oh, let's go take a look inside if we can. This is interesting. So, if you remember from the Saturn V rocket, it says here, the third stage of the Saturn V rocket that would have held fuel for the last leg of the moon mission was converted to become the main living and working area of Skylab. And that was about 33 feet around. I don't recall how long it was, but interesting. So I guess what we're walking in on is a model of Skylab, the main working station. Well, there's some guys stuck upside down. Oh, and that side was like a capsule. What are they doing up there? Okay, apparently somebody was strapped up there. I guess they would run in circles on this thing. Which is crazy. Oh. There's a video, some guy flipping around. Oh, fun. And this is where they slept. Oh no, that's your shower? Goodness gracious. Oh, got way up there, wax figure. I love wax figures. I go sleep in there in a coffin looking thing. oh boy. It's just a waste management compartment. Good luck.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Sergeant.
so much I had to take a break in there for a minute, guys. All right, I'm gonna see what's back over here now. All right, we might have to watch this movie later. If you're on my TikTok, you can see what movies I watch. I don't put them all on there, but I put a good amount of the goofball movies that I turn on when I'm not making videos or working on something at work, which I hope to be done with eventually. Let's walk into Mission Mars. Why Mars? I don't know why Mars. Maybe because that big old face on Mars that they say isn't a face? Am I going to get in trouble for saying that? Hope not. Okay, so here I can touch Mars. See what Mars feels like. So it feels like a rock. Currently on Mars, it's sunny, no wind. That's from the Curiosity rover. There's a dust devil. Huh. There's avalanches on Mars? Crazy. Dust storms on Mars? I don't think I want to go. I never wanted to go.
This is size of Beltway 8.
Right now, sounds pretty good to go. Like beach weather. I don't know what the temperature is though. Okay, so gravity on Earth. Okay, something 100 pounds on Earth is 38 pounds on Mars. Okay. So I don't need to lose weight. I just need to move to Mars. So we're leaving Mars. We've had enough. Got a nice little setup here. It's kind of like you're on a rocky Mars area. So let's leave. Oh, let's go back to Earth somehow. Yes, this is the part that I wonder about. Radiation. Cosmic radiation is different than UV rays. So this is the SLS, the Space Launch System. I guess for the new one. I don't know those little bells up top. I don't know. Maybe air goes through that. I don't know. Here is a radiation vest. Some thick vest, guys. My goodness. But glad to make it. It's not super huge. I guess it could be bigger. Yeah, you're gonna need something like that out there. Ah, look. Now I see what's happening. Those little bills, there's a tiny little rocket in front of that. That's to get the capsule where it's gotta go. Why? Good, now I know. Now I know. So that's the capsule. That's the rockets that are getting the capsule. Okay. So that's what I was wondering out there this whole time with those little bills. I guess they don't need a lot of boost once they're in space. They just need a nudge. Alright, but anyway, here's a look at the new one, the new Orion. Got Tiger Woods freaking out because you see an orange float. You okay, Tiger? That's his iPad and his funny socks. They all got funny socks. Some chick spying on him over here, make sure he's not cheating on her. We're looking at dirty computer stuff. There's her back there watching this lady over here. That one spying on him over there, and he's just out of everything. He's like, nah, don't get me involved in this crap. Huh. Not very big, man. This is a hell of a road trip. Couldn't imagine. I mean, you can't even stop at Buc-ee's or any gas station. You're just there. This is an actual engine that NASA used to boost the space shuttle into orbit for 30 years. This is a used one. Golly, there's a lot that goes into this. We know all those little bends and twists these pipes, you know, they're for pressure and stuff. They gotta be precise. It's so weird. These are the guys that are set to go back to the moon. The Artemis II crew. Good luck, guys. That's a hell of a mission. That's scary, scary, scary. So this wall is pictures of all the crews. Alright, that way up there was from a Challenger disaster in 1986 when I was in school. Pulled us out of class to go watch this launch. And it was one of the craziest things, horrifying I've ever seen. There is a park down the street from here on the other side of NASA. I don't know if it's on 528 or NASA Road 1, which is kind of the same thing. There's a Challenger Park, and then there's a couple schools close to NASA, elementary schools, that have their own little parks in there. Like, the park's kind of designed like spaceships and stuff, but Challenger Park is really pretty. You know, you may want to check that out, you know, if you want to go see the plaques and stuff they got out there. Alright, so I'm going to look inside the habitation module. I guess this is on the space station. Alright, Northrop Grumman made this. Watch your head, even in space. Okay, so this is where they're at. So what they do in here, I don't know. What's that?
That's what I do with my own shopping anyway. I shop up anything.
Tight spaces here. Like I said, look out the window. Oh, you can see the moon's kind of moving. It's the deck. So this goes to the deck. I guess that's where they put their iPad or whatever. Bad people go there. Radiation science. Man, so these guys are just floating around on this tiny thing. Months, years at a time. I can't do it. Alright, try again. This is a map of where the Apollo missions have landed. Pretty sure they're all on the side of the moon that we can see. Well, here you go. In case you want to look for yourself. I don't know if Google Maps has it, but there you go. That's where they stopped at. They're so far apart from each other, too. This must be a presentation area. Don't know when it starts. Oh, so these are shields. I have different kinds of shields. This one. An aluminum shield. It's made of layers, including a special like Kevlar. Huh. There's a bunch of debris in space. This shows what happens. Like stuff comes in here, shoots out the other end. They don't want that to happen. It's a test panel. These are all test panels. The last one I showed you, the Kevlar is the best. And this thing's made of glass, I think. Glass and ceramics. That covers the hatch to keep things from coming in the hatch. Here's something funny. Here's a shoe. The other shoe is lost in space somewhere. Somewhere in the space station. I don't know, man. That's their patch? That's crazy. Horrible outhouse team. 93% of all liquids include urine, sweat, condensation, and drinkable water. That sounds horrible. Oh, look, here's what I told you. Tortillas. Omelet, layer cake, and tomato. Meat and vegetable tocano. Canadian. Alright guys, I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm going to take a look through the gift shop. I think I've seen everything. There might be a second floor here, but I think that's in the kid area. I didn't see anybody really going up there, so let's check out this here gift shop. Alright, let's go on in. I like these little keychains. We got your name on there. It's a Saturn V rocket keychain. Let's see what they got. Oh, they got a bunch of cool necklaces. Look at this one. Bracelet. Wife like that. Look at these cool Christmas ornaments. You know, some of this they don't have over there. These are neat. Not all of them. They're all cool though. Yeah, they look badass. Look that one. Oh, no way. You can get your own stuffed Saturn V rocket. That's funny. You got a little space shuttle, astronaut, space puppy. Freak your pets out with one of these. Oh, space capsules. I do have some pins. Artemis rocket. There's a rover. Okay, I'm sure this shirt's not 90 bucks. And they've checked the Earth. It's not flat. Okay. So there you go, flat earthers. Oh, there you go, 21 bucks. Much better. Get yourself a little space shuttle. Ooh, it's a metal one. It's not plastic. They ain't playing. What's in here? There's something in there. Look, those little satellites. That's cool, man. Huh. This is the Endeavor. I wonder if they're all the Endeavor. They all look like Endeavor. Maybe what we have here is Endeavor. I don't know. Send your dog to space in style. This one looks neat. 32 bucks. I'd rather get this than something else. Some more. What is it? A pin or a magnet? There's a magnet. Oh, that's neat. Dancing astronaut, I guess. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for the Space Center Houston. There's a lot to see. There's more to do in there. But man, there's only one of me, and I've been here about 4 hours already, or more. Glad I wore my walking shoes. I enjoyed myself. I haven't been here in a while. It was nice to see they added some things, changed some things. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you very much. All right, I thought on the way out I'd just show you all the entrance. Here is a little tiny park. These are old T-38 jets. I guess they use these to practice in and fly in. I know that the F-16s that still fly around Houston are flown by NASA astronauts. Now this thingy, don't know if this was in space or not, but let's find out. Okay, so this is a test Apollo spacecraft. Prototype module. they tested everything on this deal. Wow. Looks like it crashed into the water too. Huh. Anyway, it's not a lot right here, but if you want to sit in the shade, look at some jets while you're eating a little something, pretend you're in there with 6 of your closest friends, or 2 or 3, I don't know. Oh, I couldn't do it, man. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, everyone to like, subscribe, tune in, have watch parties, and watch these videos over and over for good health. It'll make you happy. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Y'all have a good day. Bye.